So you got to tune in because you're going to miss it. And the best news is it's free. All you got to do is dial in cityworldradio.com, and you are here. All right, I want to bring to the microphones two gorgeous women and their director, who's done a wonderful job of putting together this new television show you'll be hearing all about. The show is called Yellow Fever. It is a comedy and drama, and it's about the Asian American community, and I'm going to let them tell you more than I can. But to the mic, I want to bring Thuy.
Hello, hi.
And Sonia.
Sondra.
Sondra. Oh, I got to get it right.
Yeah.
Sondra, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
My fault. And Lorenzo.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, so thank you guys for coming down. I know it's hard to get out of your busy schedules and come down to the station here in Midtown Manhattan, but thank you so much.
No problem.
So, Sondra, this is your company, your production company?
It is. It's Poison Productions, Inc., and it's been in business for about almost 5 years.
Wow, that's great. And what do you
Yes.
produce?
We produce pretty much, we started out with a reality show with an all-Asian American cast.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is kind of, that was the prelude to this show, which is Yellow Fever. And this is actually much more modern because of the fact that it's going to be breaking all of the stereotypes that men have over Asian women. But we're also going to include that as well because, we know that that's going to, a large part of the audience is going to be interested in that.
Oh,
It is going to be rated R. My character on there is actually a lesbian, and I have a really hot Latin lover.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Female lover.
yes,
Holy moly.
and she's on Telemundo, and
wow.
she's gorgeous, voluptuous.
I saw the picture.
Yes.
Yeah, send her right over. No, that's great. But I think it's really interesting that now you say the stereotypes that men have of Asian women.
Yes.
Okay, what about the stereotypes that women have of Asian women?
Oh,
Because I've heard a few.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking.
that's a different story, but that's also, we're also, I guess, with this show, we have very intelligent women, and then we're coming from a new generation, and we're stronger, and we want to make that clear. And we're, sometimes with women, or in general, not just the Asian women, but women in general think we're weak and we're not, they are surprised that we actually can put our foot down, or
Yes.
they're surprised that, we know how to look, and we're educated, we're cultured, we like different men, we're just like them. And, that's another thing we're going to bring to the show. We're going to bring a little bit of humor. It's a comedy. We're not going to we're going to take this social issue and make it light and comedic, and also
Well, that's the best way to
bring
deal
everyone
with it.
in,
That's the best way to deal with it. Now, I understand that the women in the show, besides the fact that there are some absolutely beautiful Asian women in the show, yourselves included, but they're also playing lawyers and doctors, and they're
Yes.
not like in the kitchen
No.
cooking when the husband says, "Where's my dinner, damn it?"
Exactly. No
Me
submissive.
love you long time now.
No. No, that's right. No happy ending massages or anything like that.
We're actually gonna also have that on the show, just to poke fun of it.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I'm already getting a little sweaty here, and it's not just the hot tea. You guys are funny. I can already tell this has a great, what's the word? Comedic spirit to it. It's like I can tell it's going to be really interesting and a lot of fun.
Yeah,
our engineer's already laughing.
I know.
He hasn't even seen it.
Because it's real, it's true life, and we're, that's the great part about comedy.
Exactly.
You can bring the laughter and the truth.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what it is.
Well, I don't think there's any argument with just about anybody from the male side of the spectrum that Asian women are beautiful. I mean,
Right.
Asian women are just beautiful. They're just drop dead gorgeous. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to live with that. It's okay. I know, but, you're gonna just have to force yourself to live with that. But,
Trust us, we know this. It's in our lives.
I
Yes,
was-
that's why we have so many haters.
yeah, well, it's also I have so many lovers. I mean, you use it. I can see you use it. This show's wild. I think we got to blame Lorenzo here.
Yes.
Yes, Lorenzo.
You have to blame me because I'm the writer of the script.
So step up to the mic, big guy. Tell
And
us about
I
it.
have an Asian wife, so
I'm
guilty.
You
What can I
realize
say?
the only way to succeed there is complete capitulation, right?
Look at that low
dear.
man.
Yes, dear. What else? Can
I'm the queen. Let me tell
I
you.
love it. I love it. This is too much fun. Again, let's get back to the facts that the TV show is called Yellow Fever. Now, Lorenzo, why did you write the script, and tell me about what motivated you?
The motivation really came from being around a lot of Asian women and
What a curse.
it's a rough life, I tell you. And being around a lot of men that love Asian women, because Sondra has a fashion channel called, it's also part of Poison TV, and we do a lot of fashion events, and a lot of the designers have
cable.
Asian women, and the guys, you should see it. It's like you get like 800 amateur photographers all trying to get pictures of these women.
Oh, I wonder why.
We got to do something with
I have
this.
a camera on my phone. I might be able to get some of these shots. So no, but I totally get that. Now, what's the premise of the show? Is it a sitcom? Is it are there main characters?
Yes, there's 6 main Asian female characters, and also the other main character. She's Hispanic, which plays the lesbian lover to one of the 6. Basically, they're all professionals. There's a doctor, there's a lawyer, there's Sondra's character actually owns a dating service.
High end.
Yeah, one is a model. So, I mean, they're all professionals. They're all educated, but they don't want to be desired solely because of the way they look. But they also don't want to, like they mentioned before, don't want to be the, let me take care of you, massage you.
Yeah.
They forget my Asian accent.
Yeah. Your point's well made. That obviously they're beautiful, and beauty is no curse at all. But on the other hand, that doesn't end there.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right.
Because there are so many stereotypes, especially, like you were saying with women, Asian women are known not to have any boobs, not to have any asses, and it's like, what's the obsession?
Yeah.
And yeah,
And also to be submissive, subservient, not necessarily educated, and
Yes.
and we know obviously that's not true, and
especially with Asian Americans.
And they're
Yeah.
surprised we know English when
That
we,
too.
we
Yeah,
open
Yes,
our mouths. They're like,
with
oh.
no accent.
Yeah.
Are either of you bilingual?
I'm pretty much. I speak Vietnamese conversationally, and very poor Spanish. But that's another part of me. That's another generation we're ushering in. It's just like we don't have to stick to just our roots just like that, because I also am Vietnamese, but I'm American in many ways. Many ways.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that. Well, and myself, I'm American and Italian.
Yes.
And I speak Italian, fractured Italian, and I speak American, and we have our own stereotypes of Mama in the kitchen with the meatballs.
Right.
Need I go any
Right.
further than that?
Yes.
But all right, so let's talk about Yellow Fever. So when your viewers turn it on for the first time, Lorenzo, jump in here.
Yes.
When we turn it on for the first time, what do we see? What do we hit with?
Well, I can't give away the whole plot of the pilot,
don't do
but
that.
basically it's going to open up with showing these beautiful women on their way to work. So a lot of people will be like, oh, it's going to be a stereotypical show. And we've already gotten some negative flack about when they look at the pictures, like, is this a reality show? No, it's not a reality show. No, the dominant Latin character is not their pimpette.
Right.
It's nothing like that. So the picture could be a little misleading.
It is.
But it shows them going to work, and then part of the pilot is them getting together, going through basically what goes on during their day, which is for all of them a little dramatic.
Explains
Right.
to the audience our daily life, what we go through, but in a dramatic way, because it is TV, and
Right.
it's
In a comedic way as well.
In a comedic way,
Yeah,
Right.
they make fun of themselves a little.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Are there rivalries?
Oh,
Between the
yes.
women?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yes.
We threw that in
Still
at the
women.
last minute.
I grew up with 4 sisters. I know all
Yes.
about this.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
We love
I've
each
been
other,
there.
but we're still,
Yeah.
Yes.
it's still there.
There's going to be some rivalry there. Yes.
Yeah, I literally brought in a new character just a few weeks ago that's a doctor, and Thuy's character is a lawyer, and the two of them went to the same school, so they're sorority sisters, but they also dated the same guy. So
Oh, boy.
there's
Yeah.
that love-hate relationship. So that we had to bring that drama in there.
Oh yes.
I know. It's like, I know. It's like this. It's like, I love you. I love you. but that's great. I mean, it's a great chemistry. Obviously, the visuals are there. The women are quite beautiful. The fun is there because nothing's more fun than to see beautiful, adorable women being bad, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when they drink, they get bad.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
One of the characters literally she's a teacher, but she gets drunk from drinking ginger ale,
Oh,
which is more like a sugar high, but she thinks she's getting drunk because she's the only one that doesn't drink alcohol.
She's the cute little innocent one in with all the strong
Right.
women, but she still holds her own because she's also very intelligent.
Right.
Her character is very intelligent,
Right.
and we're all very intelligent women, and we're gonna just play with that and have fun with the show, and we're excited. I play a lawyer, and I want to say stuff because I'm strong in the courtroom.
Yeah.
And we're pretty excited for everything, and we've gotten a lot of love, and we're riding this wave.
Yes.
It's insane. I didn't think it was going to be something that was
It's
so well
huge.
received.
Well, I think it's going to be well received by Asian Americans, but I think it's going to be also very well received by people who are not Asian American. But
Yes.
the culture is fascinating.
Right.
Culture is fascinating.
Yes, everyone who has a Asian fetish will love this show.
That's going to be very obvious.
Oh yeah. Well, I already have guys lining up on this. But also, I think everyone who has Asian friends,
Yes.
who
Of
peek
course.
into that world,
Yes.
because I'd like to know more about how are you going to deal with this? I mean, do you think your mom and dad are going to watch the show? Your grandmother and grandfather?
Well-
And what are they going to say?
It's the traditional family is probably not going to be happy.
No.
Yeah, it's
But
a little too over the top because there's some
it is.
sexiness in
But of
There's-
course, it's television. If there's not,
Right.
why are you on the air?
Right.
Yes.
Exactly, but it's definitely not for your traditional Asian family, and traditional Asian parents will not like this show. They might like the fact that we're all in strong roles and strong leading roles and strong women, but they're not going to like my character, which is a lesbian. They're not going to like
We show
the-
cleavage. Sorry.
And,
Yeah,
the-
they're not going to show.
I have no
Yes.
arguments there.
Me either.
I mean,
Hey.
there's going to be some skin shown, so they're not going to like that.
Well, obviously, I know that would be an at issue, but you're right. It is kind of breaking a very heavy stereotype.
Yes,
Yes.
a
And I think-
barrier that we
yeah.
haven't gone past yet.
Yeah, exactly. And I
America's
think,
ready.
yeah, I think so. And especially for areas, in particular, New York or maybe San Francisco, that have big Asian communities.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Huge.
because you could be in the Midwest and not know any Asian people, right? Except
my
maybe
God.
Oh.
maybe your Chinese restaurant.
I
Yeah.
grew up in the
Sondra was raised in the
Midwest. I was
Yeah.
like the only Asian in my school. I've never, I mean, I was the only Asian in my school, and I couldn't identify with anybody. So I moved out here. I was like, ugh, I've never seen so many people with black hair and slanted eyes in my whole life. Yeah.
Well, and there's, I think it's a rich heritage, and I think you're tapping into it in a really good way, because nothing is better to deal with a stereotype than to shake it. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
And that's what
yep.
you're doing. You're bringing in, all these nice, pretty little Asian girls. Wait a minute,
Yeah.
hello.
Well, that's another thing in the entertainment industry. Me growing up, especially, I'd always look on TV and magazines. I'd never see anyone who looked like me,
Right.
or just Lucy Liu. That's the
Yeah.
only person I was just like, that's it. That's all I can identify to. There's no other person, and it's like we're not being let in. And then like we have strong minority communities, and ours just isn't prevalent in the
Right.
entertainment industry. We don't have anything.
And no, not all,
Nothing.
and not all of us know martial arts. So
Right, yeah.
I was like,
That's it.
no, we don't. We're not. We just
all.
don't fight
No.
in films. Right.
Jackie Chanette.
Yes, exactly.
That's the next
Yeah.
movie.
There you go. Jackie Chanette. He's Lorenzo's already.
I'm already working.
That's great. And and it's interesting. I was going to mention Lucy Liu because she has broken some ground. And
She has.
She's a beautiful woman, a very talented woman, and she's gotten some wonderful roles. And but then on the other hand, that can create its own stereotype because you either have the nice little submissive, quiet, Asian girl, or the one who knows like 8 levels of kung fu
Exactly.
and shoots guns with silencers. There are some things in the middle, like doctors and lawyers.
Sondra Oh is pretty good, and
she's
I'm excited
wonderful.
about Fresh Off the Boat too, the first
Yeah.
Asian American sitcom. So
Yeah.
it's here. We're
It's
here.
coming. It's taken a
we're
while, but
here,
it's
so
coming.
let's do
Timing's
it.
Well, and also I think you guys are leaders, not followers in this,
Yes.
in this realm. You're breaking some new ground here.
Yes.
So yeah, you're going to get some hate mail, but that's kind of a good thing.
We already have.
It is.
It
We
is
already
a
Nothing wrong
good
with that.
thing. That
And
means
what's-
we're doing something.
Right, you're not. People aren't going. Okay, it's the regular, it's the usual.
Right.
No, and that you don't want that.
We have
Right.
a voice.
And that's what a lot of people think right off the bat. Oh God, not another Asian breaking stereotype, trying to blah blah blah. I actually turned a hater into a lover when I told him about what the show really is about. He turned out to be our biggest backer.
Yeah, well, and sometimes that happens because on the surface, like I think Lorenzo said it best. If people look at this, they might say, "Oh, it's a reality show." But as you know, a scripted show is much harder to do than a reality.
Oh,
show.
yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
it's
Yeah.
so much harder.
This is a reality show. Here, you turn, you turn
Yes,
on the
we're
camera,
improv.
you go,
Exactly.
and you're done. There's no script.
Right.
But so this is much harder. It's a much harder.
Yes,
thing.
it
And,
is.
and you're the writer of the script. Too?
Writer and director, yes.
Wow.
Yep.
It's going to be shot in 4K, everybody. So
Yep.
Good
We're-
quality.
Be able
Great
to
quality.
See that DNA. Shows
Yes.
their beauty.
Those of you who are not video techies, let me tell you, it's going to look really good.
Yes.
That's the bottom line on that review. Now, where's it being shot?
We are shooting in New York City, of course. Not too far from here. Matter of fact, one of the backdrops is the Flatiron Building because all of the friends, they live in that general Chelsea area, and the club that they go to on a regular basis is nearby. So
Nice.
not too far from where we are.
And do you have like a main studio you shoot in, the sitcoms like main frame studio?
We have a small production studio, but a lot of this stuff will be the main location is kind of the club they go to on a regular basis, which
Okay.
is
kind
all
of
locations.
kind of a little
Yeah,
bit of
a lot of
Sex and the
locations.
City kind of.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
exactly.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep. But a modern version
Yeah.
Very good.
with social media. Did they have? I don't think they had that in Sex and the City. No social, no
I think it's
Facebook.
getting there. But,
Maybe in the movie, not in the series.
yeah, really. Now, where do you see this going? I mean, do you want to? Is this going to go to network TV? Do you want to stay on the internet? Where cable?
We feel where it is now, it's probably a little too edgy for network. Like me and Sondra were talking, the ideal spot for this is like right after House of Lies. I don't know if you know that show on Showtime.
I haven't seen it.
yes.
I've heard of it.
It's about
It's hot.
Yeah,
it's sizzling. Yeah.
it's about, if you rated it like movies, I would see it wouldn't be R, but it's above PG. Yeah.
And where would you where do you like? Are you going to do like 6 episodes, 12 episodes?
We're the pilot's coming out May 17th. We actually have a launch party, so I hope you guys can
Yeah,
come
hopefully.
for that.
Hey, I'd love to.
Yeah.
Invite me.
And then we plan on shooting the series over the summer and launching in September. Now, of
Wonderful.
course, if Showtime calls us and says, "Hey, we got
Yeah,
a
they
couple
give you
of
an offer
dollars
you
for
can't
you,"
refuse.
Yeah, right.
that could change.
Here's a wheelbarrow full of money. Would you
Right.
produce? Hey, say,
Well,
yeah,
we
I
are
know
going to
you do
move
that.
forward regardless. This is too hot. It's too. If we don't do it, somebody else will.
Yeah.
So we, once we pull the trigger, we got to keep it going.
Yeah. Well, you've got some great people involved, and I know Thuy, who's been on one of my earlier
Yes,
broadcasts, an accomplished actress. And tell us a little more about your background, what you've been doing.
So I'm an actor and a model. I've actually last week shot a couple magazine shoots, and it's pilot season, so it's super busy for me. I'm auditioning all the time, which is a good sign, of course. Got a
Absolutely.
couple callbacks and talked to my agent. So everything you can find on my website. It's www.thuiho.com. That's spelled THU as in umbrella, Y as in yellow, HO. And I have social media too. That's at I am Thuy Ho. That's IAMTHUYHO. And you can just follow me there because I've been, keeping busy, and I'm trying to, make it work, and all the love that everyone gives me, I'm trying to make it, not out of vain and just push it and, become I'm still here.
Yes. Well, you're in one of the hardest jobs it is to get there with a lot of competition. And
Yes.
I'm glad you're auditioning because you certainly should. And it's something that it's never easy. You could get a major role in a movie, and then it's still not easy because then you need
Yes,
the
it's
next role.
constantly looking for another one. And
It is.
I'm actually going to do another pilot next month. So it's a little project. I'm not sure where it's going to go either, but I'm also working on that. So that's another project on the
busy
horizon.
lady.
Yeah, exactly.
And Sondra, what's your background in theater and in performing and producing?
I actually was not in the entertainment industry until I met my husband, and he's the one who introduced me to it. And it's funny because when I met him and he said that he was a director, I actually thought he directed porn movies.
Director, I know
You
which
dog.
But he does. It wasn't like that at all. So I decided to start my own production company with his help, and we both thought, you know what, there's nobody representing Asian Americans out there. And I want to do something for the Asian American community. And so we did actually shoot a reality show called The A-Style. Before that, there was a reality show actually around the same time that we were competing with in California called K-Town. And there was some backlash. I had a whole blog written bad about me, and I mean, I had huge haters. And
But when you're successful, that happens.
Yeah,
it's
When you
a
work
good
in-
thing. Like
It
they
is.
say, haters equal followers.
you can't have coffee without water.
Exactly. That's so true.
Very true. And well said. I've tried it. Just grinds. So you got into this. You started producing, and
Yeah.
being this having your company,
Right.
Poison Productions, and what did you discover as you started this company?
Oh my gosh, what I discovered, especially being a casting director, I discovered that the Asian pool for actors is very minuscule, so tiny, and I couldn't believe it. And for some of the roles that I was casting for, I felt bad because a lot of these women could not speak English without an accent. And just because of that, I couldn't cast them for those roles.
Sure.
Because it requires,
To
you
enunciate,
need, exactly. I mean, it's
Right.
America. You need to learn how to,
If you're doing Asian Americans, they have to have
absolutely. They have to be able to speak English where where Americans can understand
Sure.
it.
Well, what I found with the Asian American entertainment actors or anybody, it's hard for them to keep afloat.
Yes.
There's not a lot for them.
Many give
They
up.
have to leave. They can't keep the rent here. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's hard, but it's one of those things. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. You have to keep
Exactly.
afloat, and it's one of those things. The strong survive. It's kind of Spartan.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it is very hard, and I think that maybe it's changing. Maybe things are opening up a bit, and certainly with companies like yours, they will.
Yes.
But yeah, I could see that. Now, when you were casting, did you go to like a backstage, or did you go to Hollywood Reporter? How did you?
There's a few different casting sites that we use: New York Casting, Casting Networks, NY. I don't really like backstage. I tend to find that there's it's more ghetto-ish, I guess. Yeah, so, right.
Wish for the word.
I think
Made that up.
it's like it's just like right above the level of Craigslist, So
Yeah, I know there's Actors Access and all these other
Yes,
ones.
yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
feel like they're the
So
best.
I go through, and let me tell you, whenever I have a role and it's Asian, I'm getting all types of Asians, and it's hard because everybody wants to be in the spotlight, and I can't give them the spotlight, especially when they can't speak English without an accent. It's
Yeah.
really, really hard. But I'm hoping that with my company, I wanted to do a petite line for fashion because in America and Paris, everywhere else, all the models are, 5'11" or taller. And the average, in the world, about 75% of the women are like 5, 6, and under. And
well, that makes sense.
You know, and so I have so many plans and dreams for my company, which is Poizen, POYZEN.com. You can find all our links under there. There's a lot of things that I want to do with this, you know, especially for Asian Americans. And another thing, reason that we're doing this show is when you Google who's the number one rated, you know, who do men want to date, the number one at the top of the list are Asian women. Yeah.
For many reasons, their beauty, their smartness, and their charmingness, and also, I think, maybe some of the stereotypes that
we don't have magical vaginas. You know?
Someone asked me.
What? You just ruined my day.
I disagree with that.
We're killing our engineer. He's dying. Oh my gosh, Lorenzo, cut it out, Lorenzo. All right, now does it have a website for the Yellow Fever show?
Yes, and we also have a clip of the rest of the characters. Oh yes, and so everyone kind of explains a little bit about what their character is about, and we all meld together. You know, just like Sex and the City, kind of get together and we explain about what happened, being in our shoes.
That works, right? So is it yellowfever.com or
no? It's actually part. The Facebook page is Yellow Fever Series. The Twitter is Fever Divas with the S on the end, and the Instagram is Fever Divas.
Fever Girls.
Yeah.
Fever Girls.
But if you go to Poizen, POYZEN.com, it links
everything's
to
there.
It's one of Poizen's
You can find my show
productions
on there, which covers fashion events all over New York.
Beautiful.
And everything.
One-stop shopping at POYZEN.com. All right, so we're going to hear some clips. Why don't you set them up for us? What are we going to hear?
You have the 5 other castmates who aren't present at this time, and they'll say who they are, and you'll be able to figure it out from there.
All right, so here's actual clips of the actors from Yellow Fever.
Thank you for having us. I am Sakura Lin, and I will be playing Jane on Yellow Fever, and I'm a really hot teacher, apparently.
Hello everyone, my name is Amy Blue. I play Jasmine, the owner of the nightclub.
Hi everybody, I'm Heidi Lee. I'm going to be playing the role of Dr. Deborah Lau on the new show Yellow Fever.
안녕. Hi, my name is Yvonne. I'm playing role mother Julia. She's beautiful, sexy, but no nude model. We have 6 beautiful, hot Yellow Fever girls.
¿Cómo están, amigos? What's up, my friends? My name is Evie Siskos, and I am playing the role of Veronica, who is also an FBI agent, and I've got yellow fever, so I sure know that you've got yellow fever, too.
Thank you for having us. I am...
Great, that was super. Very nice. And these are all folks in the show.
That's correct.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
great.
The rest of the girls. So, the rest of our clan.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
6
there
of
are
us
other
total.
cast members. There is Amber's, who's Sondra's character, is a male character, is her personal assistant,
Okay.
who's
he's
actually
gay.
male. And we also, who you heard, Yvonne, who plays a model. There's another character named James who actually owns a photography studio where she shoots a lot of her work at. So there are some male characters in it. It's not just all women.
They are not emasculated.
We're trying to promote
Asian men.
some strong Asian males
Yes.
in the show as well, and not the stereotypical ones that you might see in the Jackie Chan movies.
Right.
Right.
Or
Okay.
nerdy Asian
Yes.
guys.
Chinese delivery
There's
boy.
there's that's all they have. So
Yeah.
Because we found that, by doing not just this show, but Sondra's reality show, The Ace Style, that, like she was saying with casting, it was even more difficult to find Majanelle actors. Even for this show, it's like you put an ad out, you may get 20 or 30. With the women, you get 300.
Right.
So we see that, like Thuy was saying, this like they try, but then there's such a small amount of roles that they just give up.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to, keep working, keep paying the bills.
Exactly.
Yes, it's a double whammy for both. And then you have to keep up with the headshots. You have to keep up with calling into work, not making it. Am I going to get fired? That's the whole deal. But, if you make it work, I think it can happen because you just have to be resilient and persistent.
Right.
Well, persistent is a key word there.
Yeah.
I mean, in the entertainment business, for years I did radio, and I would buy time on people's networks and spent unbelievable money. And I just said, why am I doing this? I'm going to launch my own network. And then through persistence, City World Radio was born.
Wow.
So you're on the right track.
That's great.
Yes.
Now, question. The women involved, are they all former actresses, or are they new to acting?
I guess I can answer that. Since I saw Sondra thinking there, three of them are, and Yvonne, who plays a model, is actually a model.
Okay.
So and she's actually English is her second language, and that was the characters. So she just kind of, to a certain extent, she almost plays herself, and she's very funny and she's very loving. So Emmy Blue, who plays a nightclub owner, is also a model and aspiring pop star. And then the rest are actually professional actresses. Evie, who plays Veronica, Amber's lover, is actually one of the hosts of Telemundo. She was also in the 2012 Miss Universe contest.
Wow.
Yes.
That's super. So you've got a lot of talent coming in.
Yes.
That's
From
great.
everywhere, every angle.
That's great. Are these all New York girls, or?
New York, Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay. East Coast girls.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And what do you think, as you go down the road, as you start making more episodes, where do you think this is going to go in terms of plot? Are you going to add more characters? Are the women going to evolve into something else? What do you got planned?
Right.
Without giving it away.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we're definitely going to introduce more characters, especially the male characters. Like I said at the beginning, Thuy's character, who plays a lawyer, and then the other character, the Dr. Deborah, actually had a common love interest. So we're going to introduce that character to bring a little love triangle. Because being with Sondra, I know that the young Asian community loves the love triangle thing. So we're gonna bring that in. Obviously, with Sondra's character being a matchmaker, she might have some issues like, wait a minute, why am I hooking these guys up with these Asian women? I'm just like trying to not do that. So there's some controversy there. And then Emmy's character, Jasmine, owns a club with Asian dancers, so you could get into some legal issues that Thuy might have to represent these people. So I can't give everything away, but we could do. If Showtime asks for a full season tomorrow, we'll give it to them.
There you go. No, that's a very good helicopter view. Now, here's the question for you. When you shoot, you said they all kind of revolve around this club. They hang out and shoot. Do you actually shoot in a club in New York?
Yeah, we're going to be shooting we're actually shooting on the 29th of this month in a club called Suite 36, which is what we're shooting is actually the trailer for episode 2. We're part of the trailer for episode 2.
Now, what's it like shooting in the club there? Does the club rope off an area? I mean, you have 6 gorgeous women here, 5 of them Asian, 1 Latino. I bet you'd be hovered by people.
Yes. That night's going to be crazy.
It
I
is.
mean,
It was crazy last
time.
For the main location for the pilot, we're actually just getting a location that will have total control because we have to because of the audio and everything.
Right.
Oh, sure,
But
absolutely.
every now and then we'll go out and just shoot we did a photo promo in Times Square last weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
We had 3 bodyguards.
Fashion show.
Yeah.
It was,
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is so cool.
So we want to show New York City, of course.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the backdrop of the show.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, New York is its own character.
Yes.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's its own set.
And it truly is. And it's there's a lot of things you can only do in New York that
That's true.
even if you wanted to go somewhere else. I mean, granted, you can shoot in Los Angeles if you want to get in a car and drive,
Right.
and you can shoot in Miami if you want the Miami Vice look with the pastels, or CSI Miami or something. But New York has definitely got that. New York. The great thing about New York is it's a natural movie set.
Yes.
It's a
And it has a
natural
pulse.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
alive
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time.
You
It
got to do is
certainly
go down to the meatpacking district, and you got a set right there.
Yeah, or walk down any street and there's a brownstone, or
Yes.
there's the factory or whatever.
Right.
It's truly great. Now, what do you think is going to be the fallout on this in terms of the acting community? I would think that when this hits, you're going to have a lot of actors come to you.
I get a lot of people already
wanna be extras,
who are contacting me, and I'm like, okay, I'll send you the release. If you want to be an extra, I can't promise you a speaking line or even be in a feature background extra. I'm gonna have to have a personal assistant, build that database, and hopefully we can add more to the Asian American acting community. So that's what I'm hoping to get out of this.
Cool. Well, like I said, if you ever need an Italian mandolin player, I'm right here.
So you can be one of my clients.
That's too funny. Hey, I play good mandolin. So, now, what do you see any line down here for merchandising?
Oh, absolutely.
What do you got in mind?
We're already, besides your standard T-shirts, FIBA T-shirts, we already have hashtags FIBA Divas and Catch the Fever. So you can do a lot of that. One of the perks, we had an IndieGoGo fundraiser to do, to help with promotional items. And one of the perks is a poster. So
nice.
We have some cast members that have no problem doing a nice, interesting photo shoot.
Maybe I can hold the light.
There you go.
That's all right, Thuy. Don't worry about it. No, listen.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
As long as you have fun with it,
That's it. Yeah. Boy, if your show's half as much fun as this show, I think people are going to really like it.
Well, you got 6 more of them, so you can.
Oh, mamma mia. Mamma mia. So, this is great. This is wonderful. I'm loving it. I think our engineer's going to want them all in this.
Yes.
Over there at his engineering.
Could have squeezed in
mic
here.
right here.
He wants to interview each one separately but equally. So. All right, so
No happy ending massage either.
well,
No, not for
what do
you.
got? What do you
Love you
got?
a long time.
All you get is General Tso chicken.
Yeah, with an egg roll.
On one dumpling, no
Hey,
soy
listen,
sauce.
No fortune nookie. No.
I want the Asian American community to please not write me hate mail. We support
Yes,
you.
write us hate mail. It's okay to
Yeah,
write
they're
us
Asian,
hate
it's
mail.
Asian.
Yeah, we'll take it.
This is funny. It's off the hook, but so is City World Radio. That's why we do this. And, we're not regulated by any government agency, at least not yet. They keep trying, but they're not succeeding. So we say what we want.
Yes, it's freedom of speech
Oh, we
all the
believe
way.
in that First Amendment all the way,
Yes,
and all
we
the other
do.
amendments, by the way. So, all right. So, what are the difficulties? And this is for the ladies and also for you, Lorenzo. What are the difficulties in doing a shoot of this nature?
Well, right now, as with any independent production, is money.
Always.
We're uploading this to a site called IMDb, which is like if you're an actor, you know what IMDb is.
Sure.
And we put in the budget, and I must have went 20 times. It's like the budget looks a little too small. I'm like 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. It's like, so for a show like this on like Showtime or something, it's probably like $50 million to do this, and we're doing it for like 50,000. So what we want to do once the pilot is done is pitch it to which we already have some interested investors, so that we can really do a full blown series with a full crew and everything, and pay these lovely ladies what they deserve.
Absolutely. Well, I believe in that. I think every actor who loves his craft and works hard on it should be paid. And launching anything like this without a major endorsement, without HBO behind you or Showtime is always difficult. But oftentimes that's how you get noticed.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Oh yeah.
You are the brave pieneers who are.
We are the bottom uppers, the underground. We get hopefully we get the respect for that. Sorry. Wait.
Calm down, Sue. He's having a hard time.
You know
with
what
this.
I meant.
Now,
Is No nookies. No fortune nookies.
The cookies.
Can't crack my cookie.
See, that's the humor that goes on when they start drinking at their weekly get-together.
Yeah, I hope you don't let these girls really drink on the set, do you?
Well,
come
maybe
on,
a
it's
little,
an independent
sippy,
set,
sippy.
please.
No, actually, Thuy's character is a lawyer. So there's a lot of humor in there since she, represents like gangbangers and these little drug dealers. So she comes up with the lingo that's like probably maybe only like black guys like us. Like, you're gonna do some time. You're going up top, and you got a 2-year bid and stuff you would never hear from an Asian woman.
The teacher
So that's where the humor will come in.
That is humorous. I know. I get you on that. That's funny because I have to say that both my wonderful engineer and Lorenzo are of the African American persuasion and very talented men. So I think it's great. And we're totally multicultural here. I'm a Sicilian. So
Yes,
what can I tell you?
room.
Everybody ran over Sicily. They got raped by everybody.
Yeah.
So who knows what's in there? But anyway, I'm telling you, I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't tell you how happy I am to have you guys here.
Yes.
Because it's all about
Thanks for having
it's all about having a good time.
I'm so glad that you agreed.
I'm
sent
glad-
the email. I was like, please.
I'm glad you kept my phone number, my email.
No, I
Yeah, you have to
remember.
come back and bring everybody else.
You know
They'll
what?
squeeze in.
You guys, my question at the end of every show for my guests are, will you come back?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
We'd
Yeah.
love
Would
to
love
have
to.
you guys back. When this gets launched, maybe bring a sample. Bottle. Yeah. Right.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
now you're talking. No, I meant bring a actual clip of the show.
Right.
Of the movie, of the TV show.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll play that as part of the interview. And then also. Feel free to update us because oftentimes in my show I'll refer back to a guest and say, "Oh, by the way, my guest who was on 2 weeks ago just got this or just did that." So we always
Great.
like to promote and
Updates.
people who are working hard, and I know you're working hard, and people who are creative, and you're obviously creative. Those are the people who need the support. People who are big and rich and famous and wheelbarrows full of money, they don't really need the support, and they're doing just fine on their own. So. We do that for our guests, and
thank
we really appreciate you guys taking your time to come on.
Great.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you
We
very
have.
much.
I forgot to mention we have an IndieGoGo campaign.
Please do.
So that's
24
how-
hours.
Yeah, we
how's
got like
24 hours.
48
so
hours
if you
left.
could rush
hey, come
and
on.
donate before it's
Send
over,
your entire
that'd be
wallet
great.
to Tweet.
IndieGoGo Yellow Fever. All you have to do is Google that IndieGoGo Yellow
It'll
Fever. It'll
come
just
up at
come
the
up
top.
right away.
Right.
And we only have 24 hours, and
Wednesday
we
night.
would need
That's it.
every penny, anything that can help.
Help out, guys.
It all
Yes.
goes to promotion and to the cast.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
help out because this
Crew
is
and
great.
cast. Yes.
This is great. New York especially is good for this. LA too, but New York is really good for independent productions.
Yes.
And independent productions are kind of like where it's all at.
Right.
I mean, if you want to go watch your regular, average, everyday sitcom with the same recycled jokes and the same recycled actors, you have NBC, you have ABC, you have CBS. But beyond that, if you want to see what's really going on, and I think it's shown in a lot of the cable shows. Look at
Exactly.
Orange is
Oh,
Blue
yeah.
Black, yes,
Absolutely.
It's an awesome
Good stories.
I mean,
Awesome.
Breaking
Good stories.
Bad,
Yep.
Yeah.
Better Call Saul. These are hot shows that are not on networks.
Right.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's not network.
Great
television.
writing. You have engagement with the audience.
acting,
That's
yeah.
great. And it's not a cliche show either. So these shows are this is what we're about.
That's great. I think
Yep.
it's great. And Lorenzo, let me ask you, how did you come to the media, and how did you get into television and producing and directing?
That's funny. This year actually is I'm giving away my age, my 30th year in the entertainment business.
That's great.
I started off in music, producing house music and dance music back in the late 80s. And then I was the financial controller for Jive Records, which is Britney's label, and all those other big artists. And hated it, worked there 2 years, and went back to doing my own thing. And about 10 years ago, I got into film and video. And that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years, music videos, independent film productions.
That is so great. Well, you're obviously a creative person, and I mean, bringing this to the screen, you're dealing in something a bit controversial and a bit new, and also kind of cutting edge. And I think that's what impresses me about it. When I originally got the email from Thuy and she told me what was going on, I said, "This is great. who's doing this?
Nobody.
I mean, it's not like, well, we're going to do a show about, mom and dad and they work in a burger joint. Well, I think there's a couple shows like that already. So this is really cutting edge, and I think that's great. I think it's really great.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Now, how about, do you guys have, beyond Yellow Fever, do you have other projects you're each working on?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Well, I just
Tell Sondra.
Yes, I just finished a full screenplay. It's taken me 20 years to write.
As in a film screenplay?
Yes, and it's a drama, and it's a tear shedder, and it's based on real events and intercountry adoption and what the hidden secrets behind it, and it's going to show the truth about adoption brokers and how it's really actually legalized trafficking.
Wow, I think that's going to be very good.
Yes.
And then it's a feature film. It's written as a feature film.
It's written as a feature film. Film.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thuy, what do you, I know you're modeling.
Yeah, I mean, I already said all that. But we're all basically, being who we are, I guess, in this production, we're all hustlers in some sort of sense. So we're dabbling in everything because, we're hungry for that type of creative energy. So, basically doing everything, anything I can, get my hands on and I can work with, I'm all down for.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, and now you're doing radio. So.
Yes.
Great. And you had mentioned some of the projects you worked on in a dream world.
Yes.
In a dream world where, money was no object and casting was no object. What do you think you'd like to do in the long run?
Hopefully it's a short run this summer, which is my first full-length feature film that I'm
Wonderful.
directing. Yeah, I've been working on it for a while. So.
That's great. I mean, full-length feature films are not easy things to produce.
And it will be SAG. SAG Indie.
Oh, wonderful. That's great. Yeah, I have my day job. I am a lawyer, and I have some clients who have done a couple feature films, and I can tell you firsthand, working with them, it's a rough business.
Yes.
It's not
Yes,
easy.
it is.
Yep.
Yes.
Many obstacles to overcome, both in the terms of the acting and raising the money, and then and just sheer technical things.
Yeah.
I mean,
Business acumen.
oh
Yeah.
well, to make a movie, you have to be a director, producer. You have to be a photographer. You have to be
Promoter.
a promoter, a businessman, and then you got to be a psychologist and mommy. And
Oh, yeah.
whoa, I'm sorry that was
I don't mind being a mommy to them, though, for Yellow Fever. That's cool. I'm good. I'll put the dress on and everything, whatever.
Yeah,
Put the dress on.
we digress.
I would love to see that.
Oh, watch out! You may be busy tonight.
That might be a new character now.
Yeah. After he always says.
I think we're having too much fun here, and it might not be legal in 5 states.
I know.
It's okay.
Down the gutter.
We love it. We love it. Well, I want to thank everybody for being on the Johnny Mandolin Show, and of course on City World Radio Network. Tell your friends and fans to tune in. It's all free, and it's all at cityworldradio.com. Now, if you would like to host your own show, you can. Write to us at cityworldradio@AOL.com. That's simple. cityworldradio@AOL.com. We'd love to talk to you about that. And I want to encourage you to check out this new TV show, Yellow Fever. Check out Poison, POYZEN.com for all the links. Check out Sondra's work, Thuy's wonderful acting and work, and Lorenzo's directing and producing. And there's a lot here, a lot of creativity that should be supported and needs to be supported. So please check it out, right? Mm-hmm. So,
Thank you.
and in closing, anything you want to say, or any websites or emails or anything you want to give out? Or?
No, we basically
You said it.
pretty good. Yeah, IndieGoGo, Poison,
Yeah. We just
Yellow Fever.
We love all our supporters
Thuy
and
Ho.
backers. And
That's good.
Sondra and to
we
sing.
even love our healers,
Lorenzo.
too.
Yeah.
Well, you
we
know
do
what?
love you. Yes,
Yes,
we do.
They do. And this is hard work, folks. This is hard work. It might look glamorous and fun and sexy and stuff, but it's a lot of hard work.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun, but it's hard
getting
work.
everyone
so.
together
Exactly.
and getting it all
But when we're
execute
all
it.
on scene, it is
Executed.
So
Oh, that's an interesting word, too. So- hey, I'm Sicilian. All right, so listen, thank you on behalf of Johnny Mandolin and C, our engineer, who rolled those great clips for us. I just want to thank you, and thank you guys for coming in. Of course, as I always say, my most important question, will you come back?
Absolutely.
Better. We make you an offer you can't refuse.
Oh, yeah, we can't
You
refuse
did.
that.
You came back.
We're
You
going to
did.
come back with all the ladies.
Come back to me. All right, thanks, everybody. Tune in. Now, don't go away, because right after us is the Professor Robert Sawyer coming up with Exits But No Escape. And we have a new show tonight after Garage Mania, which is after Robert Sawyer, and that's Wild's Playground. It's our first sex show. So don't go away. Enjoy City World Radio. Thank you. We love you. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye. Yellow Fever.